So, Bey won the Humanitarian Award on BET on Sunday night. And he opened his speech by praising black women, saying that we are the ones who put everyone before ourselves. And it's such a bittersweet kind of thing to hear people say, like, our pain supports everyone else, but in the same breath, we are the nurturers, we are the providers, we are the lovers, we are the caregivers. There's nothing like a black woman, but it shouldn't come at the cost of us losing.
And you know what, I can see the validity in that, hoping that Jesse Williams, as a black man, or at least a half-black man, will understand that when he gets a girl pregnant, he should stick around. He should try to help. He should at least be there to maybe work and give some money up for that family, right? I mean, we can fix these situations, or at least make them better.
Then he called out injustice by saying white murderers either get to go home, or the violent situation de-escalated where our black youth is not even here.
Now, that's total bullshit. Police officers kill sometimes. Sometimes they're put in a situation where shooting somebody is really the only alternative they have. I mean, you have to understand, police officers, what they do is they run into the dangerous situations that everybody else is running away from. It's their job. They have to do this. Now, these police officers also have families of their own. They have wives and children. So, when they get into a situation where somebody's like knocked over a liquor store, or somebody's resisting arrest and they're throwing elbows and reaching for a gun, they shoot that person, and the story goes like this. Unarmed black person shot dead by a white police officer. And that's what Jesse Williams is here to tell you, about how these innocent black people were shot by these evil cops. Oh, how dare they. And you know what? They get away with it.
Then he called out the rappers for getting money, but putting that money back into useless stuff. Using that money to put brands on our backs when they used to put brands on our backs? What?
What does that even mean? I guess what he's trying to say is that it's just like, white people, the evil white people, they're the ones that own these corporations, so you millionaires that are black, who are obviously oppressed, you're millionaires, but they're like bigger millionaires, I guess. You're just buying right back into chattel slavery. There's no difference between you buying a Mercedes-Benz and chattel fucking slavery. That is seriously one of the most asinine things I've ever heard in my life. Seriously, man. I mean, I've heard a lot of stupid shit. That is one of the dumbest sentences or phrases that I've ever fucking heard, and this woman here is getting off to it. She is flicking her bean to it.
Then he called out the bystanders, the ones who are quiet when we react to oppression but are quiet about oppression. Sit your ass down.
Well, here's something that is definitely not going to be as popular, because I'm not playing victim. I'm not patting you on the head and saying like, oh, you're doing so well. I am offended that you don't speak up more about the fucking crime in your communities. I'm offended that you're not saying, thank you, police officers. Thank you for stopping the big-ass drug dealer who is ruining our community, who is giving our mothers and grandmothers, because the fathers are usually so fucked up that they just leave the situation entirely, but giving our mothers drugs while they're supposed to be watching the children. Yeah, I am offended that you don't call that out, that you're a fucking bystander to that situation. How do you like them apples?
Lastly, he left a note about our genius of creation being stolen and gentrified by whiteness while our bodies are being thrown to the wayside.
What? This is one of my biggest pet peeves. This appropriation nonsense. Okay? You know what? And this is so fucking played out that I hate talking about it. But it's like, oh yeah, they take our ideas and they use them for themselves. So do you! So does everybody fucking everywhere. And if we don't recognize the beauty of blackness, then we're racist. But if we do recognize it, then we're appropriating. You can't fucking win in this situation. If you don't want to appropriate, how about this? You keep the rap music that glorifies criminality and glorifies jail time and being shot. You go ahead, you take that. We'll take the iPhones, the English language, the country itself. God.
Just like love, sex, and magic, here comes Justin Timberlake to fuck up your timeline. Justin tweeted that he was inspired by Jesse's speech. And right at that moment, a black tweeter called him out for gentrifying black creation. From his music, to his dancing, to his style, Justin Timberlake got it all from blackness.
Yeah, it's just the same way that tweeter, you, and every other person, black and white, guilt-riddled white people who shouted Justin Timberlake down on their social media platforms got their shit from white people.
And just like Wonder Bread gone untoasted, Justin Timberlake called us the one race, the human race, and proceeded to say, we are all the same.
Okay. Because you told me to, I will make for goddamn sure that I always remember to say how fucking different we are.
I love the motto of the liberated racist, the free racist, the all equal racist, the all lives matter racist. Now, my question is, how could one watch all 5 minutes of Jesse's speech and to fix their thin lips to say we are all the same?
Probably because he said he was inspired by that speech and immediately got shouted down by fucking sane people like you. Your fat lips went on a fucking rampage and said, how dare you, sir? Well, you don't say sir. How dare you, bro? And shout him down for saying, you know what, we should band together. We should try to work together to make the world a better place, to make this country a better place. But instead, your outspoken motto is, nope, we are different. You stay over there, we stay over here. You're not going to use our fucking music. You're not going to make money using ideas that black people came up with. In fact, I want the fucking peanut butter back as well. That's right, that was a George Washington Carver reference. So, And she said they're thin-lipped. I mean, what the fuck? Are you serious? And this is what I'm saying. This is a smaller YouTuber. This is a person. This is the narrative that runs through this community. One that is blind to the criminality that is strong in the black community. It says, fuck that. It's all white people's fault. It's white cops for having to deal with the criminals in the first place. And, you know what? The idea of us kind of working together, making the place, just getting along. Yeah, we're really pissed about racism. But as soon as you try to say, let's work together, well, that's also racist. You are stupid. I'm not going to come up with some fancy word like unintelligent. You are ignorant. You're stupid. You are a fool.
And it behooves me to say that whiteness is only inspired by black pain, but covered in the sheath of their privilege. What does that mean? That means that Timberlake could be inspired all he wants, but as soon as his whiteness needed some accountability, he retreated.
No. What happened is he tried to say, you know what, good for that guy. I am inspired by what he said, and you dogpiled on him anyways. You are hateful bigots. You are racist as fuck. And you think you are some Martin Luther King. You think you are doing something noble, when in fact what you're doing is dog shit.
Lied, hide, and died. All of a sudden he can't read. All of a sudden he can't sing. All of a sudden, he stopped being inspired and started to be dismissive. Dismissive of his role in erasing blackness in entertainment. So, Justin, how are we all the same if half of us don't exist?
Well, that's not what he said. He said we should band together. We should work together. We should try to move forward in today's day and age. Now, yes, you could bring up slavery, but Justin Timberlake never owned slaves. You could bring up Jim Crow, but Justin Timberlake never hung people and was a member of the KKK. Neither was I. Neither was really anybody talking about this shit. It is you. It is you. And it makes me wonder, it really makes me wonder, how will this ever end? Racism in America is at like an all-time high since the 1960s, and it's because of black people saying, no, we're not working with that. We're not fucking letting you in. We're not dealing with this. We're not gonna be cool with you. Fuck that. This is ongoing. This is on major media platforms. This bitch is small time. This is on MTV News, TYT. This shit's big. Millions of people listening to this message, the BET Awards, listening to this message and saying, fuck yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. And that makes me wonder, how will this ever go away? I mean, it's not a hopeful forecast. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look possible. It looks like white people are bending over backwards, trying to say, listen, sorry about the shit that people did generations and generations ago. Sorry about that. Can we please, can I, as a person who has never harmed a black person, can I get on with my life? Can we all get along as a society? And your resounding answer to that is no.
If it wasn't for us and everything that we gave you, your career would lie alongside the bodies of the black victims that gathered us all here in unity today. Or did you miss their funerals in the same way that you missed the point of Jesse's speech?
Look at that face. I mean, she's dead serious about this. The reason that I chose this video is because it's a smaller YouTuber. It's not, BuzzFeed or MTV or TYT or MSNBC or CNN or just the Black Lives Matter protests. It's just a black woman giving you her thoughts on Jesse Williams' speech and then the events afterwards with Justin Timberlake and how he's a fucking racist. She literally called him a racist because he was, quote unquote, inspired by Jesse Williams' speech. I'm telling you, I'm not inspired by it at all. I think it was complete bullshit. And that's because I don't treat black people like they're house pets. I watch this all the time and I just don't see how it can get better. We've had so much progress in this country. White people fought the bloodiest war in history, in American history, to end slavery. They put forth the Civil Rights Act to give black people legal rights against discrimination. We have made so much goddamn progress, but instead we can only focus on events in the past, things that you and we have never taken part in, things that we have no way of controlling, no way of undoing. We can only move forward from here, and it's black people that are saying no. Not all black people, but a large swath of the black community. I mean, so much so that when somebody stands up and says it at a BET Awards, he gets a resounding applause. And then for days after, people are just trying to suck his fucking dick virtually. All right? It's bullshit. I don't know how to get out of it. I watch this shit. I listen. I am researching it all the time. And I'm telling you, I just don't see a move to make that can actually move us forward. Somebody says, an outspoken celebrity says, we should band together and start making even more progress. And they're like, no, you fucking racist. So fuck this bitch and her worldview and anybody else that thinks this way. Fuck that. I'll see you all later.